Let's go, Beyblade.
I don't know this song, bro. Beyblade
Burst
is the best one.
Beyblade
Burst
is the
best one. Beyblade Burst is the best one.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
They say, where's my phone? I left it, yeah, it's fine. No, I'm so stupid. Who's this Chinese boy? Don't let him come there. And it's larger sweets, or is it just four? Number 4. Okay, bye.
Alright, hey guys. So, just made it into the UK Games Expo. Got Kai here, got Mani here. He's just like power walking for some reason. Well, there is a reason. We're running late right now. My game starts in like 4 minutes. Just got my lanyard. Yeah, well, I guess we'll kind of just get in and see how it goes. Where is Beyblade? Where is Beyblade? Beyblade. Bro, we can't find the Beyblade. Where's the Beyblade? All this kind of stuff. No Beyblade. Oh, we found the Beyblade. We found the Beyblade. Yeah! Alright, let's get into it. For the first match, I'm throwing out my Phoenix Wing, and it's on kick, 160 kick. Get some explosive attacks against that drum buster. And the reason why I love kick so much is just because of how great stamina it has at the end game. As you can see right here, it gets a couple hits in. That's all it really needs against drum buster. And right off the bat, spin finish. Next up, it's Dragoon versus Dragoon. And bro, I thought my Dragoon was on Quake for a second because bro, that thing just popped right out, man. It was just leaping. Alright, let's see if my Wizard Rod can redeem Dragoon. And nope, I don't think it can, bro. It just turned into some midget spinner, bro. What is going on with my team today? I've lost the first set. But you know what? It's cool. I can get back in the second round. Unfortunately, I'm playing against my own teammate. They really put us up against each other. And my Dragoon just needed a tiny dink and he self-extremes. I throw out my Phoenix Wing and he throws out his Aero Pegasus, but my Phoenix Wing is actually on kick right now, and because of kick's hexagonal shape, it makes it quite hard and quite recoily when trying to attempt to do drop launches. So sometimes I'm unsuccessful with them, but this does not take away from how good this bit actually is, because as you can see right here, I'm tilting like crazy because I'm trying to flip over his Aero Pegasus like a pancake. Because as you can see, I'm tilting. I'm not scraping the stadium floor, but I can still get the spin finish on him. It's round 3 and I'm playing against Armani, and he's actually staying at my house at the time of this recording. And bro, he kept on stealing the covers, like he kept stealing my pillows and stuff. We were sharing the same bed, so I had to show him who's daddy. I mean who's boss? Who said that? Anyways, I throw out my Dragoon and he throws out his Samurai Saber. And you know, this is light work for Dragoon, bro. This is my staple bay, but I am playing against his staple bay, Samurai Saber, and I think it's on Unite, which is his favorite bit. But it's okay because Dragoon is just gooning all over him. And yeah, I'm going to secure the spin finish real quick. Me and Armani are just tussling back and forth. We've got hella stamina. Our bays are tussling back and forth, and they have a lot of stamina, but I've got more stamina, so you know, I outlast Armani. Alright, make it onto round 4. Bro, I swear to Buddha, my opponent is playing against Thin Air. Who is he playing against? The Invisible Man. Apparently, one of my judges is actually one of the 3 blind mice, which is the reason why they couldn't see that, and I'm the only one who could see that, so I guess that makes me delusional. Despite these minor setbacks, I send out my Dragoon, and I'm playing against my arch nemesis, Scorpio Spear, and I get a mean slap back against them, and I pocket them, making the scoreboard 2-2. I send out Wizard Rod and I snip his legs, just like those kids in secondary school who used to hack your legs in football and bully you and make fun of you, and I get the 4-2 and I win that. Now we're on to round 5 and I use Phoenix versus his Dragoon, and I'm hard launching this like crazy. I was trying to go for the extreme and it worked out for me. Playing very aggressive today, gonna make this quick sweep. Okay, but not gonna lie, I was a little bit shooketh when I saw that they threw out a drum buster, because Dragoon finds it really hard to like spin still against like drum buster just because of its awkward shape. Plus, Dragoon's kind of known to be bursty, especially on elevate, so I was a little bit scared, but luckily for me, I'd actually withstood a lot of drum busters early on game attacks. So now that it's late game, it's really easy for me to just get that spin still finish. So So because I'm so amazing at Beyblade, I actually made it into the pod finals. And what this basically means is that because I've won 4 games so far, I've lost 1. It means that the top 2 players of each pod will actually get an invite to another tournament happening later on that day. And there are around 4 or 5 pods happening that day, which means that there will be 2 winners every single pod. And the winners of the pods will then make it into the tournament later on. So it's basically the elite versus the elite. And we're having an all-out battle to see who's the most elite. And the top 2 players from that will then make it onto nationals. Alright, now that we have that out of the way, let's get back into reviewing the footage of the gameplay. You know, I send out my black Phoenix, he sends out the regular red one. Ew, disgusting, peasant. Anyways, yeah, I sent out my black one, you know, the limited edition one. And I'm circling his bay, but he doesn't have kick. Instead, he's got some taper or something because I ended up out spinning him because kick is the best bit in the game. My wizard rod understood the assignment because it just beheads his Beyblade right in front of him, and I end up winning this whole thing.
Amazing, guys, amazing. Thank you so much for playing in the pods. We will be moving on to our main tournament at 2:30. I ask you to be here at 2:25. I need to give my judges a break or I'm breaking human rights laws. So, everyone take a break, go to the toilet, grab some food, and we'll see you here at 2:25 for the main tournament. Thank you very much.
Because the pod tournaments are finally over, I'm just showcasing you guys around the Birmingham Gaming Expo right now. You can see where the venue was at, where the tournament was being held. There's a bunch of other stools and stuff, a bunch of figurines, like minifigures, plushies if you guys like that type of stuff. And yeah, the venue itself was really, really cool. I was with my friend Baboy and he drew Charizard and I drew my black Cobalt Dragoon. And once we did this, we actually got to spin the wheel for Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm now making this video about Yu-Gi-Oh! This is not a Beyblade video. I repeat, this is not a Beyblade video. This is now a Yu-Gi-Oh! Video. Alright, and then once this actually ends up spinning, I really wanted to get the Time Wizard plushie. I thought that would be so cool. Or at least like a deck box instead. But no, I get some trash. I get some like stupid Yu-Gi-Oh! Dragon Fairy pin thing. I don't want that thing. That thing is lame, man. I want a whole deck box. I want like the Time Wizard plushie. That would be cool. But instead I get this and I have to act happy.
That's so cool.
It's actually kind of funny because Baboy actually asked me to film him spin the wheel. And bro, when the camera points to him, this guy acts like no one can see him, bro. We see you, 6'5", nonchalant, dreadhead looking at. Composure. Anyways, getting back onto the gameplay now. I'm playing against Armani again, and bro, he just cannot get enough of me, man. Like, he just wants more rounds, bro. Like, I'm drained, bro. I've got nothing left. But, yeah, I play against him, and I'm using my Dragoon again, and this grown man is shouting, get that ratchet, get that ratchet! But, nah, he can't get my ratchet, bro. He can't touch that, man. And, yeah, end up getting the spin finish. Obviously, I get that 1-point spin finish on him. Let's go! Alright, and I throw my Wizard Rod, and my Hyperhydrosis ass is sweating, both in Beyblade and in real life. And I throw a Wizard Rod. Because I launched my Wizard Rod with a lot of force, it was actually dodging and weaving, and it was behaving a lot more aggressively than I probably would have liked it to. But despite this, it still worked out for me because I kind of evaded all of those heavy hits at the beginning, which means now it's just all up to spin finish. My Wizard Rod can simply just exist without having to worry about too much, and I can get that spin finish point. So I got the 2-point lead with spin finishes, so I send out my Phoenix Wing for more aggressive gameplay. And bro, his Tyranno Beat just grows wings and flies out the stadium, man. And again, the 1 point for that, because that's how it's ruled out. It's ruled with 1 point through the top now. I don't think it's like that in Asia, but it's just like that over here. We do a reshuffle, and I send out my Dragoon versus Tyranno Beat. That's one of my favorite matchups, actually. The Dragon versus the Dinosaur. I just think that's so cool. 5-year-old me would be like flipping stones over this, bro. But yeah, super happy about this. Got the spin finish easy, 4-0. For the second round, I send out my Phoenix Wing, and he sends out a Wizard Rod. And the Wizard Rod, I believe, is on Underneedle. And it must have seen the black metal coat because it got so scared that it just like self-KOs. You know, just out of sheer aura. I might actually have to start using my opponent's launch because he like smacks his Scorpio Spear against the side of the stadium to then get an instant extreme finish. That is crazy, bro. What the hell? I've never seen that before. It's currently 2-3. I send out my gold Wizard Rod. He sends out his Aero Pegasus. And Aero Pegasus on level was just making this like screeching noise the whole time. I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was about to aura farm me right there. You know, it was going in for like a drop launch. I thought he was going to hit me with some explosive attacks, but his bait just kept missing like virtually all of the shots. And I end up just like getting the easy like spin finish on him. He loses like all his aura and he loses this match. We run it back in a reshuffle. I send out Wizard Rod again. He sends out his Arrow Pegasus again. I'm tilting it and end up pocketing his arrow. I've somehow made it onto round 3, but bro, I'm gonna break my monitor, I swear! How is OPE, the event organizers, running this whole thing? How can they uphold the motto that they are the highest standard of Beyblade competitive circuit within the UK if they're not even catching mid-airs, they're not even catching early launches, late launches? I've had players like Solocal make whole videos on this. I've had players personally come up to me and tell me that the video footage that they themselves have recorded has been denied review. That is laughable, man. Even here, it's not even just 1 or 2 times. Like, this is like the 4th time in one video, bro. It's so easy to say, oh, but you didn't raise any concerns, you didn't say anything. It's not my job to. As a player, it's not my job to tell the judge how to judge. The judge should know how to judge. In fact, you actually have to take a judge exam, of which I don't think any of these guys even passed, or if they did, they must have been bribing the invigilators. Quickly getting back onto the gameplay though, I am getting whooped, no thanks to the judging, but I am getting straight up whooped, bro. So I know I need to throw out my Wizard Rod, try to get that spin finish, especially because I'm playing against a Silver Wolf. I think it's on Hex as well, which is a pretty good defense type, and defense versus stamina, usually stamina will out stamina a defense type. I mean, it's in the name, come on guys. But technically Silver Wolf is actually a balanced type because it's on the Hex a bit, but let's be real, it's more like counter attack or defense. Yeah, so I've kind of got this one on the bag. The score is literally tied right now. I send out my Dragoon, he sends out Wizard Rod. I'm thinking this is going to be such an easy win because Dragoon is literally like the counter to Wizard Rod on ball. But somehow his Wizard Rod on ball is actually just on smoke, man. It's like a different breed. It's like he and his Beyblade are connected like mentally, and look, it just does this drop launch and the recoil on that thing is insane. How, bro? How are you telling me one of the most rounded off blades has that much recoil? That is insane, bro. But GG's to him. Next up, I'm playing against Boy, and I throw my Dragoon and he throws out Arrow Pegasus, and bro, he almost had me there, man. He almost pocketed me, but I hit the Uno reverse and I got the extreme on him. It's his time to use Dragoon and I use my Phoenix Wing, and bro, I swear he has like some Hasbro super glued ratchet or something, bro, because I hit him super hard. How did that thing not burst, bro? Like, he must be super gluing his Beyblades together because that thing did not explode. So Dragoon does what Dragoon does and gets the spin finish on me. You know, it's kind of expected. Next I send out Wizard Rod, he sends out Scorpio, and bro, Scorpio, my arch nemesis, almost pockets me right there. I almost leap on him as well, and it's just chasing me around the stadium, but then I end up pocketing him. Who said Wizard Rod can't be on violence? On to round 5. I send out my Phoenix Wing, he sends out Wizard Rod. Bro, my Phoenix Wing, I don't know what's happening, bro. It was like malfunctioning. It started turning into Bay Wheels for a second, and it just dies instantly. Send out Dragoon versus Dragoon, but I'm the best Gooner, and I get the 3-0 extreme finish on him. I low-key kind of feel bad because they actually announced the name of every single one of your opponents before the start of the match, but for the life of me, I just cannot remember any of them, so this is my karma, and my Wizard Rod just self-combusts. This is why I genuinely believe that a lot of Beyblade is just mind games, because I have a Dragoon and he has a Dragoon. So I thought that he was going to throw out his Dragoon, so I was going to counter with a Phoenix Wing. But then I thought to myself, he might think that I'm not going to throw out Dragoon because of that, and that I'll throw out something else. So I countered that by then throwing out Dragoon, and bro, this is confusing me and mind gaming me. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. All I know is I just got the spin finish and I just won that.
Tournament! Woo! There, 165! Woo! David! Woo! Conjure Spiral! Woo! Harry Prophet! Woo! Jim Shady! Woo! Simon Drake! Woo! Let's go!
Let's get this thing rolling. Wait, what did you say?
And I am going to be far more strict now because everything is on the line.
Huh? What did he say? What do you mean you're gonna be stricter on judging? What do you mean? You're OPE. You're supposed to be the highest standard of judging throughout the whole entirety of this tournament. What do you mean? Alright, let's just disregard what I just heard right there. Check out my Dragoon, bro. Look at this violence, bro. Dragoon getting the extreme finish for me. Come on, Dragoon. You already know the rest of my team has to keep up the pace, so I send out my Phoenix Wing for some more aggression. It's Phoenix versus Phoenix right now, and the Black Phoenix is just going around rapid. It's getting in those hits, and because it's on kick, you already know it has way more stamina than their Phoenix, which I believe is on like a taper. I'm leading with the 4-0, but these matches are now played up to 7 points. I send out my Wizard Rod, and I'm playing against a Dragoon. But the Dragoon, surprisingly, isn't on Elevate. I think it's just more so on an aggressive bit like Rush or Low Rush. So I don't really have to worry about my spin rotation getting stolen by these Dragoon Elevate thieves. I could just simply outspin Dragoon like normal. And I'm on the lead with the 5-0. However, I am myself a Master Gooner on Elevate, so I send out my Goon, and I'm about to Goon on Wizard Rod right now, get the easy spin finish, hopefully make it a 6-0 lead. For my first round in the top 8, I am destroying my opposition currently. Okay, this rule was a little bit unique. I've never heard of it myself, but basically every single 4 Beyblades, they have to swap the side of the stadiums. So because that was our 4th Beyblade, we've now swapped sides of the stadium. It's still currently 6-0, and I'm about to send out my Wizard Rod, and they are about to send out a Phoenix Wing, and hopefully I can just get the spin finish at last second. Let's see. Nope, my Wizard Rod decides to just kill itself upon seeing the Phoenix Wing, probably because it was a red Phoenix Wing and it was disgusted by it. I throw out my black Phoenix Wing, the better version, and I'm facing off against a Dragoon, and I managed to get the spin finish, so I win with the 7-3 lead. They once again put me up against my brethren, my teammate Kai. I'm so sad about this, man. I just want us both to win, bro. I want to see him in the finals, but we couldn't make that happen because we have to play each other, bro. But it's okay. I send out my Dragoon. He sends out his Aero Pegasus, and I think his Aero Pegasus is on level, or it's on Rush. No, it's on Rush. So that means it makes it very easy for me to just get the spin still finish. This matchup is so cool because it's the best 2 metal coats facing off against each other. Black metal coat Phoenix versus black metal coat Dragoon. Even though I love Dragoon, I'm using Phoenix right now, so I am rooting for my Phoenix to win. So hopefully it can. I don't know though, but I've wasted all my stamina right off the bat, so I'm guessing that he's just going to get that spin finish on me because Dragoon's a cheeky bugger, and it does that sometimes. So yeah, I kind of expect to lose this one, making the score tied to 1-1. Okay, this actually came as a little bit of a surprise to me. So because most players usually play on string, they usually reverse or drop launch on that side of the stadium that Kai's on. But because I play on ripcord and I find it really easy to reverse X dash on my side of the stadium, it means that we both went for the reverse X dash / drop launch, and my Beyblade was basically just like sneaking up right behind him. So I actually evaded some hits early on, and I managed to get the spin finish. Alright, then I throw out my Phoenix Wing, and he throws out his Dragoon again. One of the greatest matchups of all time. I'm really just trying to launch it as hard as possible and tilt launch it. But I emphasize the fact that I am trying to tilt launch it as hard as possible, so I can try and like burst him, because that's like Dragoon's weakness. If you try and tilt launch near the ratchet or even near the bit, it can try and like burst it, but I wasn't successful this time. However, since that was our 4th base, or now it's going on to the 4th base, it's time that we rotate the stadium, so I'm playing on a different side now, and this is usually the side I'm quite disadvantaged on. But I send out Dragoon again, and it's versus Aero Pegasus on Rush, so it's either I evade the early hits on, or I try and get that spin finish. And I'm trying to go for the spin finish right now. I'm trying to get the lifesteal spin finish. Dragoon is literally just doing its thing. It's graciously spinning to the left. I love it. And Aero Pegasus is just getting its stamina drained. Sometimes you have to keep in mind that this is a children's game about spinning tops. Yeah, I had the judge in my ears shouting, "Murder, murder him!" We love the enthusiasm. We love the atmosphere it brings. We love it. Anyways, I send out my Wizard Rod. He sends out his Phoenix Wing. And Phoenix Wing was getting some hard recoily hits just like that. But Wizard Rod was getting lucky because Wizard Rod is pretty fat, so you know, it has a lot of surface area to kind of protect itself from those pockets. And it's just circling around, and because of its large shape and its wide surface area, it has great stamina. It's Dragoon versus Dragoon, and I actually performed this like type of launch by accident. I don't even know what you call this. I launched it, but if you saw, I dragged my launcher back whilst it was launching, and it like affected the way Dragoon launched. It launched like outside of the extreme lines, and it kind of had like this drop down effect, which is pretty cool. I've never done that before, and I kind of wish I hard launched this just a little bit like harder, because he outspins me at my own game. Because I'm on this side of the stadium, which is the side of the stadium that I don't typically play on, I can do reverse X dashes, but it's only on the other side. So if you saw right there, my Phoenix Wing was lingering up on the right hand side of the stadium before Aero Pegasus just came down, rode the extreme line, and just collided with my bay. It almost got me scared because I thought I was gonna get like extremed or even pocketed there, but luckily my Phoenix managed to hold on, and because it's on kick, it can out stamina even the likes of Aero Pegasus on rush. Time for some more exhilarating Wizard Rod gameplay. You know, look at it graciously out staminaing his opponents. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, after rewatching all these videos and how long I have to edit, just watching Wizard Rod just spin and outspin his opponent like minutes for minutes and minutes, I'm gonna get rid of it from my deck. Not from my main deck. I think for like competitive tournaments like OPE, I'll keep it. But if it's just for like fun tournaments, I'm gonna be using Drone Buster from now on, because I'm gonna try and bust some bays. Plus, you know, it kind of looks cool with this whole like red and black thing I got going on. Even my launcher's red and black, bro. I think that's so cool. I'm wearing red and black. I am red and black. Plus, I think it's about time I stopped being a scumbag using Dragoon and Wizard Rod. Like, come on now. I'm gonna use Dragoon, Phoenix, and I'm thinking Drum Buster or Tyranno Beat, purely because I've got this whole thing going on right now that I can only use red, black, and maybe gold. Red, black, and gold. Those are like the 3 bays I can use. You'll never catch me using any other bay unless it's red, black, or gold, unless it's my B team. If it's my B team, then you already know I've got Clear Drake, I've got my Magenta, Drum Buster, and I've got like another bay. Usually it would be like Phoenix Wing, or it'll be like Tyranno Beat. Probably be Tyranno Beat if it's not going to make the main cut for my deck. I just realized I've just been ranting about my whole deck. I've been explaining to you guys, oversharing my tactics as well. Moving on to the final round, that means I've already qualified for nationals at this point. So I'm actually playing against this guy. I completely forgot his name. I feel so bad because, you know, he's literally in the finals with me. But I use my Dragoon and he sends out his Silver Wolf, and it's on Hexa, so that's kind of a counter to me. But even then, I still managed to get the spin finish, just ever so slightly, and I'm happy with that. It's actually crazy to me as well, because this guy, I remember I spoke to him like when we were in the finals as well. He literally told me he wasn't even here for Beyblades, he was straight up here for Pokemon. So I just find that so funny that this guy, who didn't really care too much about Beyblades anyways, just so happened to bring his Beyblades with him, saw that there's a tournament going on, and then participated whilst he was waiting for his Pokemon event to start, and he actually managed to qualify for nationals. That's so funny to me. Like, can you just imagine, this guy was just here to casually play a game, not even think too much about it, and he's just like full-blown destroying these sweats and like making them cry that they've lost. It's like, and the thing is, this guy wasn't even bad too. Like, this guy actually had tech with him as well. Like, he could do skills, his blades were good, like he was actually a good blader. He just didn't care about it like that. Like, he was here for Pokemon, bro. It's currently 3-2 right now. So because that was I think our 4th bay, we now swap over the side of the stadium. So I get to play on my weaker side now, which, I don't know, sometimes I feel like I've played on this side so much to the point where I've gotten so used to it now. So I know where to launch. I know how I like to launch as well. I send out my Phoenix Wing and it's versus Silver Wolf. And I was a little bit scared because, bro, like, Silver Wolf is an amazing defense type, but even then, it's not enough for me. Like, I'm still goated, bro. Like, I'm goated with the sticks. I say all of this just to straight up get pocketed by his Phoenix Wing. The pure disrespect, but it's cool. It's 5-4. It's not over yet. I'm acting like it's over, but it's definitely not over. It's time for a reshuffle. I send out my Dragoon again. He sends out his Phoenix Wing again, surprisingly. And Dragoon is just doing his thing. Hopefully it's not going to be a repeat of last time, because otherwise that'd be kind of embarrassing, man. So Dragoon is just spinning around, doing its thing, letting its bits swing, and I come in for that spin finish and I get it. So it's 6-4 right now. At this point, it's in the bag. Wizard Rod can just come in for the spin finish. Like, I thought it's secure right now. But no, it just had to mess up, bro. I swear, Wizard Rod is actually a liability to my team. It keeps on losing me points, these massive points as well. Like, it gave me one spin finish point, but then it'll lose me, like, to an extreme or even, like, a pocket. That's, like, 3 or 2 points down the hole. Anyways, it's another 4th base, so we then rotate again, rotate the side of the stadium. This is match point right now. It is 6-6. This is top 10 anime battles of all time. They all collectively count us down. I send up my Dragoon, and it just bursts instantaneously on me. Dragoon, why? But you know what? It's cool. At first, I thought this wasn't clean because I thought it was so instantaneous. But when I rewinded it, I looked back at the footage. It was definitely clean. And you know what? Props to him. GG's. I'm happy to have come second and qualified. Here they are giving out the call outs for 3rd and 4th place. 3rd was Kai, I believe, and I'm so happy for him, bro. I'm so proud that my teammate managed to make it in the podium as well. That is so awesome, man. I'm like a proud father seeing my child, who's actually like 4 years older than me, make it onto the podium. Congratulations, Kai. Shout out to the other guy too. I see him at events quite frequently as well. I just forgot his name. Like, I feel kind of bad. Anyways, cool. That's 2nd place. That's me. I ended up picking up another Black Phoenix, and then this is 1st place as well. 1st and 2nd place, taking a picture together. I'm straight mogging as well. Like, you know what? This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. Me and him, we did bits, bro. I'm proud of us. Now, did I have a fun time? Most definitely. Are there improvements to be made? Also, most definitely. I will start off by saying that there were numerous times where the judging was appalling, but there were also times where the judging was great. The key thing to note here is that it is very inconsistent, and what this means is that judges should be taking the precautions to be more consistent. So I would like to advise that all judges should be recording games beforehand. They should also be open to hearing criticism, but most importantly, I believe that the judges should at least, at the bare minimum, pass the judge exams. I'm not saying that this will 100% fix the issues that have been going on, but I will say it is 100% the right step in the right direction. That's all I really have to say on the issue. I'm not really going to be talking about it too much in the future unless something crazy happens or I get completely shagged out of my mind. But honestly, that's all I really had to say for my final word. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's quite a bit of a long one, almost 30 minutes long. But I've been editing, sitting on my underwear on this chair for hours, bro. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you like about this video, what you disliked about this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Yeah!